Lol.
So hey, and welcome to the TheOneLol channel. Today we will take a look at 4-star Captain America and ranking up to rank 4 level 40. So Captain America, or you may know him as Steve Rogers. You know, he was once an ordinary guy, but due to a science experiment by a German scientist, or depending on the storyline and which universe, Marvel universe it is, he was transformed into Captain America by using some kind of super soldier serum. So he has advanced reflexes, advanced strength, and he has an unbreakable shoe, vibranium. Though in some comics you can see his shoe being broken, so it's not really unbreakable, but in this game universe, his shoe cannot be broken. But he can break his defense, unless your blocking proficiency is high enough. Maybe you'll not be able to break your defense, maybe not. But he's a very good tank character in the game. He can block a lot of damage. He can defense, using a tank kind of character, tank kind of attack style. For example, if you fight against a boss, you can use him, you can block with him, and he will not take as much damage due to his signature ability. As his health decreases, your perfect block chance increases up to a certain percentage. So it provides hope when Captain needs it the most. So in terms of AQ characters wise, World War II America is better because your opponents will always have a buff, so the signature ability will always be in action. But for this Captain America, you know, his perfect block chance does have some kind of scaling, but it depends on his lost health. Now let's compare rank 3 and rank 4 Captain America. You can compare the percentages. You see that the percentages increases only affect the perfect block chance, which is percentage chance that a block will reduce all damage to 0. So now that is Captain America. Now this is his first attack, which is Shoe Bash. So Captain America puts his weight behind a hefty Shoe Bash. And now let's compare it to the cinematic version. This is the closest I can find. Looks like a Shoe Bash to me. Now let's take a look at his second special attack, which is Shoot Horse, a staple of Captain America's repertoire. This is Shoot Horse. That's a pretty decent amount of damage. Love his damage for his Shoot Horse. Now let's take a look, compare it with the cinematic version. And the cinematic version is Shoot Horse. I do prefer the cinematic version for Shoot Horse. And now let's take a look at his third special attack, which is American Justice. So he jumps on his shoe and slams down on his opponent. And now let's take a look of his shoe and his action in cinematic version. Now I can't really find a very close version, so this is the closest cinematic version which I can find. So you can see Captain America feels the recoil in the cinematic version. So this is how Captain America feels the recoil. So when you put muscle into recoil, gotta be careful. And now let's take a look at Captain America versus Winter Soldier cinematic versus non-cinematic actual combat. Sorry about the loading screen. You know, the game takes time to load. Here's a good comparison cause in the cinematic version they don't really load. And now let's take a look. You can compare cinematic Captain America versus cinematic Winter Soldier. Compare the two. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the cinematic, or do you prefer the in-game Captain America versus Winter Soldier? Good kind of comparison. I'll just let you take in all the cinematic versus game footage of Captain America versus Winter Soldier, and see his perfect block in the cinematic universe. It exists. Then see Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier seems much more stronger in the cinematic universe compared to this. He can steal Captain America's shoe. Well, here you can see Captain America doing his shoe, his third special attack against Winter Soldier. Does less amount of damage because of his, you know, attributes types. Winter Soldier does have a advantage over Captain America based on his attribute or based on his type. He's a skill type, which is very good against science characters such as Captain America, which can probably explain why Captain America's taking a beating in this video in this cinematic universe. Well, Winter Soldier does pack a punch, so it does nice to compare him, Winter Soldier, with the, you know, Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. They seem to be overpowered compared to Captain America. And now, just now you saw Winter Soldier does a Shoot Horse. So that's all. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you again soon. Goodbye.